nice. And hug me. 1, and hug me. 2, and hug me. 3, and hug me. 4, and hug me. 5, and hug me. 6, and hug me. 7, and hug me. 8. Oh, all those hugs. I wish I had my very own octopus. Raise your hand if you wish you had an octopus. Oh, Miss Craig wants an octopus too. And now I'm going to tell you, since I have a little time, about what a real octopus looks like. Well, he's not as cute as the octopus in the book. And now I'm going to tell you about the common octopus. The common octopus has a huge head, large eyes, and 8 arms. But what it does that's really amazing is when it has enemies. It can hide in plain sight. It looks just like the things around it. So if it camouflage, she is so smart. So if the octopus was on sand, he would look just like the sand, and nobody would know he was there. And look what else the octopus can do. The octopus can squirt ink. Black ink. And when that black ink comes out, his enemies see him. So he can eat his enemies, or he can hide from the enemies that are chasing him, because he squirts that ink. Another thing, and I'm going to ask you to remember these things. Another thing that an octopus can do is he shoots water out of it, and then he speeds forward. And furthermore, an octopus can hide in really small places. He can squish up so small, his body squishes, you could hardly even see him. And somebody here said he had a beak. You were right. That was you. You know a lot about octopuses. They have beak-like jaws that can crush their enemies. Wow. Now, they are very, very smart. And they like to eat crabs and crayfish and mollusks like clams. And sometimes, oh, and one more thing, guess what? You know what happens if I lose an arm?
You go another one.
Oh my God, we have an octopus expert here. I wish I had an honorary octopus expert. Let's hear it for the honorary octopus expert. So I'm going to ask you a question.
It was right here. So please tell where I live. Who knows where our pig lives? You're right, I live on the farm. And if we have time later, I'm going to read this story about real pigs and how they grow up on a farm. But to start, I'm going to read a make-believe story about the farm. And this story is called Piggy Pie. It's by Margie Palantini, and it's illustrated by Howard Fine. Piggy Pie. Can you see? You might need to move just a little bit that way so the girls behind you can see. That's perfect. Gritch the witch woke up grouchy, grumpy, and very hungry. Her belly grumbled for something delicious, something delightful, something special. But what? It wasn't purple mouse tail stew, No, she ate that yesterday for lunch. Maybe some mashed dragon tongue pudding. No, Gritch wasn't in the mood for anything quite that sweet. Perhaps a taste of boiled black buzzard feet. Does that sound good? No, that always made her mouth water. No, not today. Today, Gritch wanted something truly tasty. Something really yummy. Something special. And that could only mean piggy pie. Yes, piggy pie. I can taste those plump, juicy pink piggies right now, Gritch said, smacking her lips. She hurried to the pantry and pulled out her old hag cookbook from the top shelf. She picked off a spider, blew off the dust, and turned to the secret recipe on page 347. Oh, 342. Gritch ran her bony finger with a long green nail down the list of ingredients. 1 eye of a fly. She checked her pantry shelves. No problem, said Gritch. 2 shakes of a rattlesnake's rattle. No problem, said Gritch. 3 belly hairs of a possum. No problem, said Gritch. 8 plump piggies. Problem! Screeched Gritch. I don't have any piggies. How can I make piggy pie without even one puny pink pig? Gritch pulled her hair. She stomped her feet. She paced the floor. She wanted piggy pie. She wanted piggy pie very much. She said, tapping her lucky wart on her chin. Now where would I find 8 plump piggies? Gritch thought and thought and thought. Ah! She said. She jumped up. The circus! Yes, the circus. No, not the circus. You don't find pigs at the circus. She thought harder. Aha! She said with a jump. The zoo! Yes, the zoo! No, not the zoo. There's no piggies at the zoo. She thought much harder. The farm! Yes!